Good morning. A very warm welcome from my side. So, here I will be taking up a very important topic today, and the name of the topic is note making. It comes in your reading skills, that is in section A, and it is question number 2 of your question paper. And as it carries 8 marks, so I feel that it should be given due importance, because I have observed that you already have done it in class 10th even. But I have observed that you people commit many mistakes in this topic, note making. So would you like to know your mistakes, guys? So now let's get started, and I'll be sharing with you that what all you do and which is correct, other than instead of that what you do, right? So we'll be doing it. So let's get started. So basically, what is note making? It is actually a reading comprehension, and it is used for testing your reading skills, right? And how your reading skills are tested, you'll be getting to know when I'll be telling you this further. So here it carries 8 marks. I have just told you even. So that is relevance of note making. What is the relevance of note making? It is required because sometimes you are not able to replicate the whole story or the whole passage as it is. It's quite difficult. So then what you need to do, you need to prepare notes for that, as in the teacher is teaching in the class. So you cannot write the things as it is in the class while the lecture is going on. So that can be done only by recording the things over a gadget, on a phone or something else. So now here what you do is you just write down the main points. Just note down the main points, and then you call them notes, that I am making my notes. I have made my notes of physics class or so. So why those are called notes? Because you don't write the complete things. You just write down the main points to keep it in your mind, and you expand those points when and where needed, right? So this is the relevance of note making. Difficult to remember huge passage, retain important points, and then can be expanded when needed. And then now I'll be talking up split up of marks. So what is split up of marks? Do you guys know that it is of 8 marks, and 2 things are asked in it. One is to make notes of the passage, and the another one is to write the summary. So now here how this is marked. Note making would be for 5 marks, and how these 5 marks are divided. Title would be reserved for 1 mark, and then second, your content, whatever you are writing in that, it would give you 3 marks, and then you will be writing the abbreviations, and for that you need to write the key to abbreviations. That even would fetch you 1 mark, and then summary. Later on your 3 marks would be reserved for summary. So now summary, for content you would be getting 2, and then for expression you would be getting 1 mark. So this is the division of marks, 8 marks in total, right? So you need to be attentive on that. You need to be careful about all these things. So no need to leave, sometimes you students do that, you forget to write that title, and sometimes you do that, you use the abbreviations, but you don't write the key to abbreviations. That even deducts your marks. So now here we'll be I'll be telling you that how you need to write this note making, how you are to appear for it. First of all, the very first step is you are to read the passage carefully, right? Because only after reading you would be able to find out that what are the important points. And while reading, I would suggest you that you should keep a pencil in your hand, and then you should underline the important points of the passage while reading, and then underline the main points, and then later you need to think in your mind that what can be the subdivisions, that is subheadings, and then it should be minimum 4. It can be 5 to 6 even, but it should be minimum 4. And then you need to give a suitable title as it is reserved for 1 mark. Abbreviations, you need to use the abbreviations, and here I would like to tell you that abbreviations only would not be sufficient. Key to abbreviations, that box, you need to put those abbreviations into a box, then only those would be noticed by the examiner clearly, and he would get give you good marks. Then here you need to keep it in your mind that you need not write the complete sentences, as in you can see the example here. I could have written the sentence, read the passage carefully. I would have written this, give the subheadings, then give a suitable title to the passage. But here use abbreviations. But here what I have done is I have used phrases or clauses. That is, I have not made complete sentences, so that it gets fixed in your mind that for note making you need not write the complete sentences, because those are notes. Mind it, students, those are notes. So don't write the complete sentences, and prefer not to add auxiliaries in your sentences. That is, helping verb should be avoided. So then indenting. Indenting is quite important here, and here I would like to tell you what indenting means. Indenting means, suppose you have one main heading. Suppose you have given the title to the passage, and then you have 4 or 5 headings, and then you need to get the further subheadings, right? And then how you will be writing down, suppose this is the first heading and you are starting from here, first main heading, then you will be writing main heading here, and then when you will be writing down the subheading, then you will not exactly start from here, you will just move bit right side and then leave some space, and then you will start writing the subheading. And the next, suppose this is point number 1, main heading, then it would be 1.1 here, and then you will be writing that 1.1, and then 1.2 will start right from down that 1.1. So you will be writing that ways, and then if you want to add more subheadings, that means under subheading you want to add on the other points, then even that would go the same way. That is, again, suppose here we had 1.2, and in 1.2, under 1.2 you want to add on 2 points, then it would be 1.2, then 1.2.1. So here you need to shift a bit more towards right side. So this is called indenting, right? So the pattern should be followed. Heading should be, the other heading should be exactly towards down that heading, and subheading should be towards bit right side, and though all the subheadings should be aligned properly, right? So this is meant by indenting. So that is very important. And then key to abbreviations, I have told you abbreviations are to be used, and then key to abbreviation is compulsory. And here you need to use at least 6 abbreviations to get 1 mark, and maximum you can add on 10. And then here again for summary, mind it, there I have told you to use abbreviations. But what I have observed, you students, that you people use abbreviations for writing down the summary also. summary will not at all take up abbreviations at all. Because what do you mean by summary? Summary is to summarize something, right, in your own words or in short form. But that doesn't mean that those are notes. Those are not notes, because you are reproducing that big passage in a shorter form. And then for note making you are given quite lesser time, so in that case you don't have time to write the complete word. So for that purpose we were using abbreviations. So here there is no need. When we have sufficient time to write down the summary, we need to just exercise our mind and then need to reproduce it. Then that is why here the abbreviations will not be used. So then next, it should be short, because it is a summary. So then no summary, it should be short, but definitely would be adding all the important points. So here I have added on no abbreviations, that I have did. Yes, so now this was all about that how you need to write down this note making. So you people get confused that what abbreviations you can use. So here I have brought good list for you, which would be quite helpful for you to appear for your exam. So here we have different categories of abbreviations. So first we use universal symbols to add on in our note making. So these are the symbols. I have given the specification that for which symbol is used. So these are universally accepted, which is commonly used as IE, that is, right. So here these are commonly used universal symbols. You can use these even in your abbreviations. And then next I have mathematical symbols. You can even use these mathematical symbols where you want to, suppose the symbol where you want to use greater than, then you can simply add on that symbol, right. So don't think that symbols are not allowed to be used. These even would be counted in abbreviations. So next you have acronyms. What are acronyms? Acronyms are the specification of a particular term. That is, for example, we have first example CBSE. Every alphabet is standing up for one single word, Central Board of Senior Education. And these even are universally accepted. So here you can use these acronyms also. And then next one is, here it is contractions. By contractions you mean that you are contracting the word, that is you are using the initial letters and then contracting that word to a shorter form. So that is even would be used for your abbreviations. For example, here we use this CO dot, that is first two initials of the word company, right, which is a very common contraction to be used, isn't it? So then next we have short forms. So what are short forms? Short forms, you just leave some alphabets and then you make a short form of that. So here, for example, department, we are not just taking the initials, we are taking the other alphabets, leaving some of the alphabets and taking up the another ones. Doctor, DR, leaving some alphabets and then contracting it to a short form. So here we had the specification of abbreviations. So this list you may fix in your mind and mind it. If you have universal abbreviations in your mind, then you use them. First of all, let me make you very clear that the question, whatever you would be getting in CBSE, definitely you will be getting many of the abbreviations which are universally accepted. At least 6 abbreviations you would be finding in that passage which would be there, which you can use. But if you are not able to find those universally accepted ones, you can create on your own even. So but for that, be careful in using those. Sometimes it creates confusion too. Better to use universally accepted, but still you may use your own creations even. So this was all about the note making for today's lecture. So next, in the next class we'll be taking up a sample question so that you get more clear about this note making. So till then, stay safe, and I would like to get your comments that if you like this video or not, and if you have any query, do post me. Thank you.